Did you know that the year 2020 was indeed a wonderful year? It came with a lot of challenges that threatened human race, shocked the world, and changed our mindsets. In this video, I'm going to share with you top 10 events that happened in the year 2020 that shocked the world and changed our mindset shortly. Hello, welcome back to MindBurst TV. Open your mind, change your world. Igobasa Chris is my name, and in case you are new to this channel, MindBurst TV is a YouTube channel dedicated to do just two things. We are here to help you realize that there is power in your mind and how you could use your mind power to create, build, and achieve your goals, your dreams, and aspirations in life. Therefore, do consider to click the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so that you get notified each time we post a new video. Happy New Year once again to all my valued subscribers and viewers. We love you all. I have seen and come across years in my little existence on earth, but I have never come across or seen a year like the year 2020. The entire human race all over the world was affected in one way or the other. We are either affected directly or indirectly by the events of the year 2020. In fact, living to see the year 2021 was a great privilege to every one of us out there. And that's why I use this medium to say, God, thank you for keeping us alive and helping us to see a brand new year 2021. MindBurst TV took time to look back at the events that happened in the year 2020, and we put together top 10 events that happened in the year 2020 that shocked the world and changed our mindset. Here are the top 10 events of 2020 that shocked the world and changed our mindset for your viewing pleasure. The arrest, transfer and detention of Hush Puppy in Dubai and America respectively. From Mr. Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy, is a Nigerian who was desperate to get his dream lifestyle, his desire that he wants. Yes, he actually got it, but he got it on the negative way. He got it wrongly, thereby tarnishing the image of Nigerian youth because of his attitude. In Dubai today, they don't give works to Nigerians, including cleaners, janitors. He defrauded a lot of people, scammed a lot of people to achieve his goal. So I just want to point out two things I learned from Hush Puppy's desperation. Number one, he was desperate in the negative way. I said that you can be desperate but not to harm somebody, to kill someone, to defraud someone. In this case, Hush Puppy defrauded people, making people unhappy, taking away their joy, their hard-earned money in the wrong way. That's not
Hush Puppy and his team of scammers were known for creating fake pages for existing websites in order to redirect victims' payments to their own accounts. Dubai police have also found that the gang specialized in hacking corporate emails and sending fake messages to clients in order to redirect financial transfers and people's bank details to their own accounts. Before their arrest, Abbas and his crew members were responsible for scams amounting to 1.6 billion dirhams. In the operation, police officers were also able to seize items worth more than 150 million dirhams after they claimed 21 computers, 47 smartphones, 15 storage memory devices, and 5 hard disks containing data. 1,926,400 victims. Additionally, 13 luxury cars worth 25 million dirhams were bought by Hush Puppy and his gang, using the money stolen from people who have been scammed.
Secondly, desperation can be in a positive way. You can be desperate in a positive way, pursuing your dreams and aspirations. Doing legitimate jobs could be online or offline to get what you want in life. Most importantly, you should have a dream. Believe in your dream, then take action. Work towards it. You don't need to deprive anyone of his happiness. You don't need to steal anyone's money. Work hard for it. And there are a lot of examples of people in Nigeria who were desperate and got what they want in a legitimate way. Few examples of such are the what? Like the Apororo comedian Apororo. We have the AY comedy AY. Davido, the popular singer. The list goes on and on and on. They were desperate to get what they want in life, but they did not steal from anybody. They did not defraud anyone. They worked hard for what they want, and actually they got it. That's exactly what I want you to do. Be positively desperate. Work towards your dreams and aspirations in life, and with time you are going to achieve it. The future you want tomorrow, start today to work on it. The saga of Ibrahim Mango, the former EFCC boss and the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Let's relate Hush Puppy's desperation with that of Ibrahim Mango. Ibrahim Mango, until his suspension, was the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, the body responsible for fighting against corruption in Nigeria. He was responsible for recovering every money that was stolen from the Nigerian government. But you know what? He ended up re-stealing that money that was supposed to be recovered to help grow the economy of Nigeria. We have bad roads, we have bad schools, no light, everything in fact in this country is going on the negative. But instead of Mr. Mango to fight and recover money stolen from the Nigerian government, he ended up stealing back that money again. Can you imagine that? So my question here is, between Hush Puppy and Ibrahim Mango, who is really the bad guy there? Who is really the criminal there? Drop your answers at the comment section of this video. So every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's the third law of motion in physics. Whatever you do in life, be it good or bad, you will get rewarded for it. If not in this life, it may be in the life to come. Even being desperate when you are anxious and eager to get something, either positively or negatively, you have a reward for it. You will agree with me that every one of us is desperate in one way or the other. Yes, we want to achieve our dreams and aspirations in life. It is desperation that makes you to stay focused, to stay disciplined, that makes you never to give up in your pursuit of your destiny, of your goals, your dreams and aspirations in life. So here are top 3 rewards for desperation. Number 1, achievement of your goals, dreams and aspirations. One great reward for desperation is that it helps you to achieve your dreams, your aspirations, your goals in life. When you are desperate towards achieving your goals, you will certainly achieve them, if only you do not give up. In fact, until you are desperate, you can't achieve your goals, your dreams and aspirations in life. Just like Hush Puppy, Mango, Apororo, Tayo, Aino, Davido, and every other person you could think of or imagine. They were desperate towards achieving their dreams, and they've achieved it. Number 2, positive desperation gives rest or peace of mind. Yes, I totally agree with Mr. Berekman Moses Eden's opinion on the 2 top lessons of desperation. Positive desperation will indeed give you rest or peace of mind, something which every one of us craves for, right? When you are anxious and eager to get what you want in a legitimate way, either by doing business, as a student, as an entrepreneur, or even as a YouTube creator, whatever you do and you do it legitimately, you will have peace of mind. You won't be afraid of anything, be it EFCC or any other body fighting against corruption. You will not be chased by FBI of the United States of America or the police in Dubai. Mr. Apororo, AY Comedy, Davido, all these guys, they have rest of mind today. Why? Because they are doing legitimate jobs. You and I know know what they are doing and how they are making their own money. Mr. Tayo Aino of Tayo Aino Films. Tayo Aino Films is a YouTube channel dedicated to telling beautiful stories about beautiful mansions, beautiful houses in Nigeria and in Africa. He is another great Nigerian, a Nigerian YouTube creator that is positively desperate, and he has rest of mind today. He has just been awarded by the YouTube community with a beautiful plaque for doing a very good job in Nigeria, in Africa, and reaching the 100,000 YouTube subscribers threshold. Congratulations, my brother. I can't wait to receive mine. That's why we always ask you to please subscribe to MindBurst TV. We want to achieve these great things. Share our videos with your friends. We're doing a good job. We're trying to promote our very own. If we don't do it, nobody will help us do that. Meet the lootings that took place in the Niger Delta Development Commission and its officials. Another typical example of negative desperation is what happened in the National Assembly, where the acting managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, the body shadowed with the responsibility of developing the Niger Delta area of Nigeria. The Niger Delta area of Nigeria is the area where oil is found in commercial quantity. And these guys were given the responsibility to develop this area, but on the other hand, they kept on diverting the funds for their selfish interest, mismanaging the funds of the commission. And today, Mr. Ponde was asked questions on why funds were mismanaged, and instead of answering them, he pretended to be fainting because you are scared of being questioned why you mismanage funds made for the development of an area, your own area for that matter. Please, what is really going on in this country? God help us. We need good leaders to change the scenario of things in this country. Things are really getting out of hand. Permit me to say this to the world, to Dubai and America. Please, Nigerians, we have good people. We are peace-loving people. We are talented. Today in Dubai, our young people can't be employed again because of what? One or two persons' attitude, one or two persons' character. There are people, good people out there that are doing legitimate work, and we are making waves. In London, a Nigerian owns Gatwick International Airport. What about the doctor in America that operated on the fetus, the baby that was born twice? He's a Nigerian. We have good people in this country. Few bad eggs amongst us does not mean we are bad people. Please, if you are desperate, be positively desperate. Pursue your dreams and aspirations in a legitimate way, not at the detriment of others. The death of the first female combatant helicopter pilot of the Nigerian Air Force, Flight Officer Tolulokpe Aroti Air Force. The Nigerian Air Force announced the death of first female combatant helicopter flight officer on the 16th of July, and she was buried on the 24th of July.
next of kin of the deceased. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition in the military that once a military personnel passes on, the family of the deceased while alive. This morning, the Chief of Air Staff will be making a presentation. National colors to the next of kin of the late officer. The national color is now being handed over to the Regimental Sergeant Major 053, Headquarters Nigerian Air Force Camp, Warrant Officer Hussein Ibrahim. Proceed to and I most respectfully request the Chief Mourner, the Chief full stay on earth. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
In the midst of life, we are in debt, of whom may we seek for some.
And a lot of reactions trailed around our death and our burial. So I want to share with us some of these lessons which I believe will be beneficial to us as individuals, as Nigerian, and the globe at large. Number one, life is not about how long or how short you live, but how impactful you lived your life.
At that age, her aspirations were blurry, but today we can gladly all testify to the impact she has made, not only in the Nigerian Air Force, but among family members, friends, colleagues, and the entire nation.
As a combat helicopter pilot for several years, I can tell you that this young and confident first female combat helicopter pilot in the history of the Nigerian Air Force braved so many odds to get to where she was before her demise. As a service, we had so much expectation for Tolu, which she was already living up to with ease. Though she is no longer with us, I must say that her short stay with us was highly impactful.
Pilot Tolulokpe Arotile lived a short but an impactful life. She was born in 1995 and she died in 2020, just about 25 years. But her life was so impactful to her family, the Nigerian society, the Air Force, and the people around her. I had a personal experience in 2018, October to be precise. I lost my niece. As at then, she was just 20 years of age. She died through a ghastly motor accident as well, and when she was buried, the testimonies I heard about her, the number of persons that turned out for her burial marveled me. And with these scenarios, I have come to the conclusion that life is not about how long or how short you live, but how impactful you live your life. Rene Omokri stated in one of his articles that the value you create when you are alive is what gives you life after death on earth. One public figure we know was Michael Jackson of blessed memory. Do you know that Michael Jackson's socks was sold for $2 million just because he moonwalked on those socks? Number 2, have a dream and aspiration. Have a purpose-driven life.
As a child, Tolulope had always dreamed of flying a plane.
A purpose-driven life will always lead to an impactful life on earth. Pilot Tolulope Arotile had always had this dream of flying a plane right from childhood.
From day one, she has been a special child. When she was in primary 5, I remember, I went to pick them up, herself and her siblings. We were going home. At the gate of the Air Force base in Kaduna, there used to be aircraft by the gates. Daddy, what did you do? I told me that was a police, so I parked. I told her what happened. She said, Daddy, look at that. See that aeroplane? I want to fly it. I'll fly it one day.
And she lived up to it. At this point, I'll say thanks to her parents for tailoring her towards achieving her dreams and aspirations in life. I'll give this advice to our parents. Please, observe your children, observe your words, monitor what they do, what they like from childhood, and tailor them towards the direction of your passion. It will help them a great deal. Let's support these young ones coming up to achieve their dreams and aspirations in life. Just like Tolulope's parents helped her achieve her own dreams and aspirations. Number 3, believe in your dreams and aspirations.
As a child, Tolulope had always dreamed of flying a plane. At that age, her aspirations were blurry.
Belief, faith, or confidence in your dreams will help you achieve a lot. It is faith that will help you to achieve your dreams and aspirations in life. Let Tolulope Arotile believe so much in her dreams of becoming a pilot, of flying a plane one day.
I just thank God that her major aim is life, to be an officer in the Air Force and to be a fighter pilot. She achieved those aims within 23 years. Her achievements, sometimes when I take her, I say, oh God, at least before she died, her major aim, things that make her happy, she was able to do that. So I just thank God for her life.
Number 4, take action, work hard, pursue and follow your dreams and aspirations.
Her life, but she was in the military, Air Force kindergarten, Air Force primary school, Air Force secondary school. She worked so hard. Got admission to the Defense Academy. Struggled, became an Air Force officer cadet. Struggled there and made sure passed whatever test exam. She was chosen to be among the pilots in training. She went for training overseas everywhere. In fact, she became almost the best among her peers. So her dream was fulfilled that one day I'll fly this aeroplane. She even flew one that was much more sophisticated, even far better. That what she pointed out to me when she was in primary 5.
No matter how big or how beautiful your dreams and aspirations may be, if you do not take action, work hard on them, if you do not pursue them, if you do not follow them, you won't achieve them. You are just building castles in the air. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, if action, again I said, if action is taken, the mind can achieve it. Let Pilot Tolulope Arotile took action, pursued, followed, worked hard on her dreams, and today she achieved her dreams. Number 5, be yourself and no one else. I have learned in life that for you to achieve your dreams and aspirations, it takes your effort. You alone can make your dreams become reality. Although other people's contribution, other people's mentorship will help you a long way.
I'd like to first of all appreciate God for His grace and benevolence, for giving us Tolulope as a daughter, a sister, and a friend. I would also like to express my sincerest gratitude to the Nigerian Armed Forces, particularly the Nigerian Air Force, for their impact, training, and expertise, which set an excellent platform for Tolulope, Oluwatoyin, Sarah, Arotile to outshine her peers today.
But the only person that will make your dreams come true is you yourself. The human mind is a powerful tool for our own benefit. There is nothing the human mind will think of, and I mean it, nothing the human mind will think of that will not achieve it if it is properly harnessed. So put the power of your mind to action, and definitely you will achieve your dreams. You will make your dreams become reality. Be the original version of yourselves. There are about 7 billion persons on earth, but there are no two individuals that have the same DNA production, including identical twins. That means every one of us is unique. You can learn from others, but you have to do it your own way. Why? Because only you knows what God shows you. Only you that knows the picture of what you want. So do it your own way. Pastor David Ibiome, the presiding bishop of the Salvation Ministries, once said that you can learn from Bishop David Oyedepo, you can learn from Pastor Chris, but do it your own way. You are the best interpreter of your dreams. So be yourself and no one else. Number 6, don't give up on yourselves no matter what may come your way.
She struggled, became an Air Force officer cadet, struggled there and made sure passed whatever test exam. She was chosen to be among the pilots in training.
Once you have started to work on your dreams, once you have taken the step to achieve your dreams and aspirations, challenges will come from left, right, back and front and center. Everywhere challenges will come. For me, I see challenges as what? As stepping stone. No matter the challenges that may come your way, don't give up. Because quitters are losers. The only way you can fail is when you quit too quickly. You have to pay the price or the sacrifice of achieving what you want, your dreams and aspirations in life. Just like late pilot Tolulope Arotile and every winner out there you can think of, they paid the price. They sacrificed a lot to get what they want. The death of the former Ghanaian president, Jeremiah J. Rawlings, the man that changed the history of Ghana, that today Ghana is enjoying better life.
In June 1979, Ghana was at a crossroad. Another military coup was at hand. A young Air Force pilot who a few weeks before had been court-martialed and was awaiting execution was broken out of jail by his colleagues to lead what would be later known as the June 4th Revolution. Little was known of this man who would later be instrumental in changing the future of Ghana forever. His name, Jerry Rawlings. Jerry Rawlings was born in Accra, Ghana, on the 22nd of June 1947 to his mother Victoria Abokchui and his Scottish father James Ramsey. He attended Ghana's prestigious Achimota School. An elite school at the time, Achimota was founded on the principle of providing African students with the British model of a public education. The school boasts of an impressive alumni, with Ghana's first president Kwame Nkrumah, Gambia's Sadawada Jawara, and Zimbabwe's president Robert Mugabe, all being former students at different times in the school's history.
I must say that it probably was one of the finest times of my life. You know, Achimota School. It's a place to be proud of.
I noticed him, yes, because he was very visible and bullied us even though we were in the same class. Not in a very bad way, but you know, bullying is bullying. And so you can't help but notice him. But I never thought that we'll come this far.
By collective effort, that the nation's problems can be solved.
Before his fame as a revolutionary, Jerry Rawlings was unknown to most of Ghana. In March 1968, he began his training as a pilot officer.
I've wanted to fly from the age of 6. Honest. I was standing next to my mother, you know, in a compound house when the young men also in the house, you know, asked me what I'd like to be when I grew up. And I said, I'd like to be a pilot. And bang, my mother slapped me on the back. Oh, yes, yes. You'll be a doctor. You'll be a scientist. I mean, the whole house, the compound became quiet, shocked at what had just happened. I never gave up my dream.
He graduated in January 1969 and was commissioned a pilot officer. And because of his exceptional skill, he won the coveted Speedbird Trophy.
The Speedbird Trophy went to Lieutenant J.J. Rawlings for being the best Air Force cadet of the flying training school.
I won the Speedbird Trophy. In those days, we didn't have televisions. You know, we had what they call the newsreels in movie houses. But my mother was not interested.
He earned the rank of Flight Lieutenant in April of 1978. The early years of independence in Ghana were filled with great hope for the future, with the country's first president, Kwame Nkrumah's leadership, set to catapult Ghana into a new era. But over the years, Nkrumah's regime became less accommodating and declared the nation a one-party state. While on a state visit to Vietnam and China in 1966, Nkrumah was deposed from power in a coup.
I was at school. So how did the people around him, how did they conduct or misconduct themselves in such a way as to bring so much hatred to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah?
What followed was a period of military coups, failed civilian governments that left the people dissatisfied. Widespread corruption made life difficult for the people of Ghana. This led to growing anger and resentment.
Ghana then, everything was monopolized. I remember our basic food like beans and gari was only sold. I remember at that time Malata was sold by one woman. One. Believe you me, one person was selling that, only one.
There was no soap. Just bath and soap, there was none. Toothpaste, there was none. Nothing. No food. And we got to know that Ghana was almost just getting to a ground.
But the point is that we have set the example. We have shown that we're capable of doing it.
Jerry Rawlings came into the public eye when on the 28th of May 1979, Rawlings, together with 6 other soldiers, were arrested by the militia for an attempted coup d'etat on the government of General Fred Akufo. Rawlings appeared before a general court-martial charged with leading a squad of soldiers on the 15th of May 1979.
I keep describing it as turning on the gas in a kitchen. That's how volatile it was. From a distance, all you needed to do was to ignite a match and throw it inside. And that's what I could have done in 79, 15th May.
I was praying for the best. I also knew exactly what was going on in the country and knew that he had taken the flag for all of us. Therefore, if he had to die for his conviction, I knew he would prefer to do that.
He was found guilty and awaiting execution. The trial was a public one that was meant to deter any future coups and was broadcast for all of Ghana to see and hear.
They were, they were trading some things amongst themselves, the prosecution and the lawyers and whatnots, and severally and whatnot, those terms they use. So I got up and grabbed the microphone, said, I don't understand these terms and all that's going on, neither do my boys. And I'm just here and I'm taking responsibility for everything that's happened and to leave my men alone. But I wanted to make sure that they hear what I have to say first.
He made an unforgettable speech in court and said,
I am not an expert in economics, and I am not an expert in law, but I am an expert in working on an empty stomach, wondering when and where the next meal will come from. I know what it feels like going to bed with a headache for want of food in the stomach.
He was an embodiment of the reaction, the disappointment, the great disappointment of the people of Ghana.
Instead, the name Rawlings became the symbol of hope and deliverance for the people of Ghana. On the 4th of June of that same year, a mutiny by officers in support of his cause broke him out of jail, sparking the revolution.
So what would that be?
Yao Graham was in university then and remembers the mood of the time.
It was in the middle of this split national mood that J. Rawlings was arrested and reported as somebody who was planning to clean up the mess by overthrowing these people. Now it's important to understand this because he didn't say anything. The prosecution said this was what it was about. But such was the mood that people identified that actually this guy is saying exactly the way we are feeling. So he became a hero on account of the honesty of the prosecution.
1979, I was almost 10 years. If I recollect, that June 4th, when we heard that something had happened, I think it was on the news. That's the first time you know that something is going on. They start playing Ghana National Anthem. So we knew that another person had taken charge of the country. But who, they were not really sure. Some people went and spied and realized that when he alighted from the helicopter, the men picked him up. And when we saw him, we started screaming, JJ, JJ. And my dad would shake his head and say, wow, we are in trouble and our kids are hailing this man.
When you consider, the difficulties, the shock effect that June 4th should have had on us, should have woken us up. And I do remember, to be quite honest, in those volatile, violent, difficult days when people were calling for let the blood flow, etc., there were some intellectuals and some diplomats who, I guess, have a better knowledge of history, who were asking me that I was exercising too much control. I was restraining it too much.
Jerry Rawlings and his soldiers formed the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, AFRC.
I didn't expect to be here.
Later, the AFRC carried out what Rawlings described as a house cleaning exercise. This was basically the identifying of leaders that were deemed corrupt. The leaders were either sentenced to prison for their crimes or in some cases executed by the AFRC. 3 months later, on 24th September 1979, the AFRC allowed Hila Liman to head Ghana and the People's National Party, PNP. However, Hila Liman's presidency was short-lived. On 31st December 1981, after only 2 years as president, Liman's administration was cut short when Rawlings ousted him in yet another coup, claiming that his government was taking Ghana down a road of economic ruin.
But it was his second coming, as we call it here, the 1981 coup d'etat, that then made him the figure that he is today. That was when people encountered him directly or indirectly. It was a fairly difficult period.
The PNC is a government that is or should be run by the people.
I ended up in office not because I wanted to be chairman, to be head of state, but it was just my passion to see justice done, my love of freedom. That's what puts me always in this position or put me in this position.
Rawlings' government was called the Provisional National Defense Council, PNDC. PNDC was made up of both civilians and soldiers. The government set about to restore the nation's pride and infrastructure through hard work, determination, and mass inclusion.
The politics of the country was being driven very much by ordinary people, by young people, particularly students, and a lot of the people who fanned out across the country to build the base for the PNDC. Students took months, university students took months from school to go and lift cocoa for export. The symbolism of that was very important.
I belong to the generation that actually had to stop schooling, and we had to go out working to get cocoa from the farms to the ports to be exported and other things. It brought us awareness. If earlier on we thought there was a thin divide between the people and government, now that alone told us that we are the government and it's the people who make up the government, and that it is time for us to stand up for our own rights. That is what Jerry Rawlings represents for most of the people.
Budget was presented. That budget devalued Ghana's currency from 2.75 cedis to the dollar to 29 cedis to the dollar. Previous governments have been overthrown for much smaller devaluations. The long-term effect of these economic policies has been to worsen inequality.
Rawlings' government's response to its critics was to clamp down on opposition. The media in particular was hit hard. Haruna Atta, a journalist, shares his experience.
Those were what one would describe as the bad old days when journalists were under siege, sort of. At that time, he was very much seen as the dictator, like the quintessential African dictator.
Rawlings and his government had to instill measures that before would seem to be a compromise of their status quo, dealing with the West.
Pope John Paul described capitalism, the capitalist economic philosophy, as the savagery of capitalism. What are you going to say about us in the so-called developing world in Africa?
Rawlings is a man of many faces.
There was a time I wanted to be a priest, you know. Yeah.
Charismatic.
How are you? I'm going to take you together with a flower.
And now, his long-time secret as an artist has been finally exposed.
You may not believe it, but I'd much rather be known as an artist than as a president. Just as I would much rather probably be known for flying skill than being a president. Maybe it's because through this you can see my power of observation, my sense of precision, my striving for excellence. I don't know where you found this, but the point is I've kept quiet about this thing because I haven't done my wife's portrait yet, you know. If I'd done my wife's portrait also, I would have felt good about, you know, displaying this.
A family man, he is married to Dr. Nana Ajeman Rawlings, his childhood sweetheart.
He doesn't remember. I remember the first place I met him in primary school at a school called Mrs. Sam's School. And he obviously didn't recognize me because I was black, I was dark. Because this lady was fair, and there were a lot of fair kids in the school. And she actually used to discriminate between the fair and the dark ones. So the fair ones knew each other and the dark ones knew each other. So he didn't see me, but I saw him. It's just a joke I crack all the time.
Nana, in the first place, was somebody I noticed from the age of 14, somebody I've been in love with. It wasn't until about 5-6 years later that she would even allow me to hold her hands type of thing. Oh, it took a long time.
Together, they have 4 children: Ezanata, Amina, Ya Asentwa, and the only son, Kimathi Rawlings. As if to protect them, Rawlings, being in the center stage of politics, created a deliberate wedge between his children and himself. In the event that his life would be taken, his children would be able to cope in his absence.
I avoided my daughters, you know, for some years. I mean, I'd see them, but I did not want to develop any emotional attachment with them. I mean, I longed for it. I wanted to hug them and things like that, but I was afraid if we developed that emotional attachment and something happened, you know, I wasn't too sure how they would be able to cope or handle it. And that's why I kept that distance, you see what I mean? Deliberately, because of the reason I just gave.
There was not a good balance in terms of family and work. So I had to be mother and father to them almost throughout their life till they were adults. Yeah. It wasn't easy.
He is also famous for being stubborn.
In being stubborn, mind you, while I was in high office as chairman of the PNDC within the revolution or head of state, my stubbornness did not translate itself into stopping our people from doing something that I felt would hurt us. One would sometimes allow it in order not to break the growing confidence in our people. They sometimes needed to make a mistake. My stubbornness did not stand in the way.
In the early 1990s, the African continent began to experience a new wave of political structure, the return of multi-party politics. Much like the 1960s, as country after country gained independence from colonial powers, now the people wanted more. Rawlings, always able to read the mood of the people, was quick to embrace it, changing his government from military to civilian.
He did not fight against it, but he did say that though he personally did not believe in multi-party politics, but if that's what Ghanaians want, they would have it. So the constitution was written, and from 1992 to the present, we've had one of the most stable democracies in Africa.
As required by the constitutional mandate, Rawlings' term of office ended in 2001 and was succeeded by John Kufuor, his main political rival.
People like to make all kinds of claims about Rawlings, that he didn't want to hand over. Absolute rubbish. I will use this occasion to tell them something that they never imagined. Had we, any one of us, dared to suggest that we're going to stay on for one more day, we would have lost the complete support of the masses.
Jerry Rawlings is not your typical serious military man. He can also humor a crowd.
My colleague, ministers of state, honorable lecturers of the various faculties, your excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think I prefer the lady. I prefer the lady. I mean, this little warm food you want to enjoy, you want to come back.
While he was president, Rawlings was able to use a grant of $50,000 from the Hunger Project cash prize he had won as seed money to sponsor the establishment of the University of Development Studies, a state-owned university, the first of its kind in the northern region of Ghana.
Before UDS was cited, people who attained higher education, most of them had to travel for 2 days in order to get to school. That tells you how desperate it was for people in the north to get educated.
In 2010, Jerry Rawlings was named the African Union envoy to Somalia.
I believe the African Union has every reason to feel proud. This is one political and military exercise that we've taken up almost on our own and won for the good of that country, for the good of all of us.
During his time as envoy, Somalia, as well as other parts of Northeast Africa, experienced a catastrophic famine that the world called an emergency. Jerry Rawlings was on the ground to see the results of the famine and was deeply moved at the sorry state of the mothers and children he met. In an interview with CNN, Rawlings shared his distressful experience.
When you look at the resilience, the fortitude, the strength in these mothers, you know, holding onto these feeble, fragile children, as sorry as you feel for them, you cannot help but also admire, you know, their sense of courage and determination. I mean, let's do what we can.
You're clearly moved by what you saw.
You may like him, you may not like him, you may agree with some of his methods, or you may not agree with some of his methods, but you cannot be in denial. You shouldn't be in denial because he's occupied a major part of the country's history.
After 18 years in power, where you can say that actually, if you look at the sweep of Ghanaian history, Jerry Rawlings is the second most important ruler in Ghana's history after Kwame Nkrumah.
Nelson Mandela once said, "When a man has done what he considers to be his duty to his people and his country, he can rest in peace. This, perhaps, is the case of the boy who had a dream to fly, and to fly he did, but he also became president. John Jerry Rawlings, the man who came, saw, and conquered.
The death of one of the greatest footballers in human history, that's the person of Diego Maradona of Argentina.
Diego Armando Maradona was born October 30th, 1960 in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Just before turning 16, he became the youngest player to debut with the national team by playing his first professional game with the Argentinos Juniors. Maradona was known as a team player, and his trademark moves required razor-sharp accuracy. His playing style was accentuated by his short stature, strength, and technical skill with the ball. He stayed with the Argentinos Juniors until his transfer to the Boca Juniors in the middle of the 1981 season. After a weak showing for Argentina in the 1982 World Cup, Maradona was traded to FC Barcelona, and his £5 million fee was a record high for that time. Though he helped his team win the Copa del Rey in 1983, his career in Spain was troubled. He was plagued with health problems, injuries, and disputes with team management. Finally, in 1984, he was transferred to the Italian football club Napoli and was given another record fee of £6.9 million. Maradona then began to thrive as a player both in Italy and internationally, and he was loved by the public. During his tenure, Napoli won the Serie A championships twice and grabbed the Coppa Italia in '87, the UEFA Cup in '89, and the Italian Super Cup in 1990. Meanwhile, internationally, Maradona competed in the World Cup 4 times for the Argentine national football team in 1982, '86, 1990, and '94. The team was eliminated in the second round in '82, but 4 years later, Maradona led them to victory in the finals. However, it was Argentina's quarterfinal win over England on June 22, 1986 that proved to be the most famous game of Maradona's career, him the Hand of God goal due to a post-game comment by Maradona himself. He was less impressive in the 1990 World Cup due to an ankle injury, and the team lost in the finals to West Germany. Despite his overall success, Maradona's personal troubles continued. He was fined by his team for missing practices and games, fathered an illegitimate son, and continued his cocaine use. He was also banned from play for 15 months after testing positive for drugs. With a tarnished reputation, Maradona left Napoli in 1992. He played in Seville for a year and then joined Newell's Old Boys. In 1994, he appeared in the World Cup one last time for just 2 games. He was expelled from the tournament when he tested positive for ephedrine. His final game was played for the Boca Juniors on October 25, 1997. After his retirement, Maradona remained a fan favorite, penned his autobiography, and hosted an Argentine talk show. In 2005, he returned to Boca Juniors in a managerial position, though he left the next year. He also suffered from health issues, including a heart attack and hepatitis, but he finally managed to kick his drug and alcohol habits mid-decade. In 2008, he became the coach of the Argentine national team and was temporarily banned from football again after using foul language at a press conference. He oversaw Argentina's appearance at the 2010 World Cup, and despite their successful first round, they were eliminated in the quarterfinals. His contract with Argentina was not renewed, and in 2011, he was hired as the coach of the United Arab Emirates club Al Wasl.
The NSAS protest that took place in the major cities of Nigeria and the world at large.
Yes, I have always believed and maintained that whatever the human mind can conceive, believe, and if action is taken, the human mind can achieve it. Natural law of form states that whatever existed in the physical first existed in the mind, and here is a proof to that. NSAS, NSWAT, and police brutality and bad government is a proof for that. Nigerian youths got tired of the way a unit of the Nigerian police has been treating them, brutalizing and killing innocent Nigeria, and they conceived an end to that unit. They believed so much in it and they took action. What was the action they took? They came out to air their voice, say it is enough, enough is enough of it. I just want to show you some clips of the protest going on in the city of Jenagua by Yells State.
President of Wasa Republic. One Walter White and I missed it with the Gozo Senior Special Advisor to the miracle of formula. If you don't say you know what I come out of our house, go to something. Because me my son for you, now I'm better para for minor boss. What it is prefer people to get a size. What I had and I wait to you too. We don't come out to make us say police brutality, SASO, SWATO, para government, and all of the yamba the politicians, the Karawa, and the Teplek Pankolo. What you would protest against? Because as it ended, Tifa money to go build that place, who take for us. And then go still come back to the country loss now. Philos capital would they protest against all that. Make a time fear court.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, brother. Why do you think we should end SARS?
We should end SARS because SARS is antithetical to everything that's Nigerian progress. SARS is anachronistic, it is backward, it is brutal, and it is a killing machine. It is against the progress. Some of the richest people in this world are young men like Mark Zuckerberg. They made their money using the social media, using the internet. But today, if SARS sees a young man with a smartphone, it becomes an enemy of state. So they are killing innovation, they are killing progress, and they are against everything that Nigeria is about. So that is why we don't want SARS for the economic side.
Do you think after the end SARS, do we need to try for something else?
Of course, there are so many things in Nigeria. You have so many things we call internal contradictions of the Nigerian state. So the fact that you've ended one, which is just SARS, does not mean you've ended the problems of Nigeria. There are a whole lot of things that we need to end. One of them is to end unemployment. One of them is to end inequality. One of them is to end poverty. I don't know how accurate it is, but there's some people that say Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. We are too rich a country to be in that situation. So there are many things to end. We can end poverty, we can end backwardness, we can end lack of power, which is the driving engine of every economy. But because we don't have this, we're not making progress. So after the end SARS, there's so many things we need to end in this country.
My people of my country, no personality, see everybody in Nigeria is saying end the SARS, end police brutality, end the slap, end the oppression, end the bad government. Some people say, make them restaurants in Nigeria. This is one not only for town. And I mean, BM say, you are correct man, you are Tory man, and I mean, make all of us follow us, end the SARS, no to SARS. Make them restaurants, if some of our coffee they sell it, they are gold. Why Nigeria tell that no go fit sell their oil? But you're telling me, make them restructure everything in Nigeria.
How you want Nigeria to do with their oil?
Nigeria tell that Sulu be the one who control their oil. So then they feel sell them now. Even Safara feel they control their gold. Nigeria tell I go fit control their oil. So make we control our oil. That we not go fit tell on. And
follow me at MindBurst TV on Twitter, on Facebook MindBurst TV, and on Instagram MindBurst TV. Remember to subscribe to MindBurst TV. Should you have any questions concerning me, this video or anything else, please post it at the comment section.
nation Nigeria, Lord. This morning I pray before you the souls of Nigerian situations, oh God. Lord, help us. We cry out, Lord. Even the Israel. The United States of America general elections that brought in the president-elect Joe Biden, who defeated the incumbent president Donald Trump.
America spoke. We won.
Yes.
We won.
Every vote counted. We believed in our hearts that Biden was best for the United States.
Yes.
And
we made history. Kamala. Yes.
Just overjoyed. I can't say. I don't even have the words. I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
Number one in our list today is the outbreak of the coronavirus, aka COVID-19, from China and to the rest of the world. Coronavirus, aka COVID-19. A lot has been said about this coronavirus pandemic, and indeed it has done more harm to humanity, economically, socially, religiously, and lots more. It has held the world hostage. But instead of dwelling on the negative effects of COVID-19, I want to share with you 6 simple secrets on how we could successfully avoid COVID-19. Success is a mindset. Every successful man on earth has first succeeded in his mind before the physical manifestation of that success. The level of your thinking determines the level of your success. No wonder the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 23 verse 7 that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And in the words of Napoleon Hill, he said that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind will achieve it. I went further to add that whatever the mind can conceive, believe, and if action is taken, the human mind can achieve it. This applies to every aspect of our life. Could it be business, career, relationship, so on and so, including COVID-19. For us to successfully avoid it, you will first of all conceive success in your mind, believe you are going to succeed, and take the necessary actions needed for that your success to take place, and that includes COVID-19. You will first of all in your mind conceive avoiding what? COVID-19. Secondly, believe that you are going to successfully avoid COVID-19. Then thirdly, take the necessary action in avoiding COVID-19. Here are the 6 top secrets on how we could successfully avoid coronavirus. Number 1, trust or believe in God. The place of belief or trust in God in whatever we do in this life cannot be overemphasized. And we cannot deny the fact that we are religious people. No wonder the Bible says in Proverbs 3 that trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. For success to occur, you have to trust God for that success to take place. For us to overcome COVID-19, we have to trust God. Today, the world and humanity is humbled by one tiny infinitesimal virus called COVID-19. It has held the world hostage. Great countries like USA, China, Italy, Germany, with their great weapons of war and artillery, cannot do anything about this virus. It has really taught humanity a lesson. So the only way we could successfully avoid it is for us to trust and believe in God, because it is only God that can give man the wisdom to find a true cure and a true solution to this pandemic. Number 2, remove fear, panic, or phobia in your mind. The fear of coronavirus, COVID-19, is the beginning of wisdom. Somebody will say that. And of course, that's a truth. COVID-19 has inflicted great fear on humanity. To be honest with you, at a point too, I was scared as a human. The media stations, the TV and the social media platform has worsened the matter. They kept on promoting the negative part of this virus. But today, I bring to you good news. Instead of dwelling on the negative effect, remove fear from your mind. Bible speaking in Timothy, God said that He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. Just believe that it will come and go. My father in faith, Bishop David Oyedepo, would always say that fear is a snare from the devil that emanates from the pit of hell with the aim to stagnate destinies. We are all made of great destiny, and one of the things that fear has done is to stagnate that great destiny that you're supposed to fulfill. In the book of Isaiah 41 verse 10, God said that we should fear not, that He will protect and guide us even at this point in time. Fear has done more harm to humanity than anything else. So today I urge you to please take away fear from your mind. Number 3, take responsibility. The true definition of adulthood is responsibility. For us to succeed in whatever you do in this life, you have to take responsibility. We are all responsible for our successes in this life. Apostle Paul admonishes the Galatian Christian in the book of Romans that they are all responsible for their successes in life, not their neighbor. For you to succeed, it is not your neighbor, it is you that will take the responsibility of your success. So in this time of this challenge, this COVID-19 pandemic, it is you and I that will take the responsibility of staying safe, responsibility of adhering to the precautionary measures so that we could successfully avoid COVID-19. Until you take responsibility of your success in life, you won't succeed. To avoid COVID-19, you have to take responsibility. To trust in God, you have to take responsibility. Whatever you do in this life, responsibility is demanded. It is only responsibility that will help you to win the battles and the challenges of this life, and that includes COVID-19. One of the hashtags of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control says that take responsibility to stay safe. It is a major requirement for us to win the battle against COVID-19. Number 4, stay disciplined. One of the greatest secrets of success in life is what? Discipline. No wonder the Bible says that train up a child in the way it should go, and at the end he or she will not depart from it. Discipline is a bedrock of every great and successful organization. If you see an organization or anybody that is doing well today, that person has a high level of discipline. For us to successfully avoid COVID-19, we have to stay disciplined. Do you know what? No matter how deadly or how scary coronavirus is, it is avoidable. It can be avoided. You can stay safe from it. And there are things you need to do in order to avoid this pandemic. So staying disciplined to those things, those precautionary measures will help you to avoid COVID-19. These precautionary measures include regularly washing of your hands for at least 20 seconds, the use of face mask, the use of alcoholic-based sanitizers, practicing and maintaining social distancing, and the most important of it all, staying at home to avoid the excessive spread of COVID-19. Looking at this measure, I can draw up that one word for it is personal hygiene. To stay safe, adhere to the precautionary measures, and definitely you are going to avoid COVID-19. 5, work hard work or diligence. For you to succeed in whatever you do in this life, you must work hard. The place of hard work cannot be overemphasized. No wonder the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 22 verse 29 that seest thou a man diligent in his work, he will not stand before me men, but before great kings. And like I mentioned earlier, there are precautionary measures we need to adhere to avoid this pandemic, and it takes hard work for us to adhere to these precautionary measures. Coronavirus came with a new lifestyle. For us to adhere to this new lifestyle, for us to change our mindset to this, it takes hard work. You have to work towards it in achieving that purpose. Some of the ways we could work hard to stay safe of this virus is what? Building our immune system, because the virus attack the immune system of a man, the respiratory organ and general body system. And talking about immune system, there's this product I was introduced to by a friend that helped build my immune system. And today, there are speculations that it has the possibility of curing COVID-19 because it builds the human immune system. And that product is called Phytoscience Double Stem Cell. If you are interested in it, contact me later. Number 6, be patient. Patience is a great virtue that we all need at this point in time. It will only take patience for us to successfully avoid COVID-19, because COVID-19 has made everyone to be afraid of his life. It has made us to become more careful of our life than we used to be. But there is one thing I know, that this pandemic will come and go. There is no challenge that will come across us that God has not given us the ability to surmount it and overcome it. We have a role model in Jesus Christ. When he was on earth, he faced a lot of challenges, but in all of those challenges, he overcame all of them all. And he advises us that there are greater things that we are going to do more than the ones that he has done. And this is one of such. You know what? Nothing lasts forever, including COVID-19. So it's going to pass away. We will certainly overcome. It takes only God to give man the wisdom to create a solution, a cure to this pandemic. And I believe God has already given man wisdom somewhere to bring a solution to this challenge. So you just need to be patient. Don't panic, don't fear. Trust in God. Stay disciplined. Take responsibility. Work hard, and definitely we are going to overcome this pandemic successfully. Have that successful mindset, and it's only just going to be a matter of time. We will overcome it. Which event do you think is supposed to be amongst the list of the major events of 2020 that shocked the world and changed our mindset? Please drop them at the comment section. Should you have any question about this video, me or anything else, please post it at the comment section of this video. And also remember to subscribe to MindBurst TV. Our sole aim here is to help someone out there realize that there is power in his or her mind, and that with the power of his or her mind, you can use it to create, build, and achieve your goals, your dreams, and aspirations in life. Also, like and share this video with someone. Thanks for watching and always being there. See you in the next video.